It seems someone really likes our tattoo. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and this is the Stranger's Mark. So, why did you want to meet up again? It's been a while. I remember that you worked at that one institute. You know, the one dealing with all these supernatural cases. So, I figured that you might be able to help me. Did something happen to you? Yeah, I guess. I really don't know where to start. It's fine. Just take a deep breath and start from the first thing you remember. Alright. I was on my way home from a long shift. Being unbelievably tired, I decided on taking a shortcut on my way home. Just through some dark alleyway. Sure, it did seem a bit unsettling, but I figured that nothing could go wrong. Did we say that out loud? I'm feeling like we probably jinxed ourselves by saying what's the worst that could happen if I take this route. I mean, the good news is I clearly didn't die in the alleyway since I'm here to tell the story. And so I went. Big steps to get through there as quickly as possible. To my dismay, that also meant I wasn't really looking where I went. And so I ran into someone with full force. Ah! The person I ran into, a young woman, jumped at the touch. I think she probably would have fallen to the ground hadn't she gripped my arm to balance herself. I did wince a bit, but less from the impact and more from her cold touch. You really should look where you're going. Oh, sorry. Oh, well, it's fine. She gave me a wide smile, which somehow just seemed so unsettling. Looking back, I think it was because her smile never quite reached her glossy, lifeless eyes. You know, I was about to say that, while she is smiling at us, quite pleasantly, her eyes do in fact look dead inside. What are we thinking? I'm thinking vampire, cold touch, dead inside. It seems fitting. Also hanging around in a dark, creepy alleyway. The stranger was still gripping my arm. This situation started to get more and more uncomfortable for me, which is why I asked her. I feel like she's alright. I mean, she's still standing, never she touched the ground, still dead inside. Just let go of my arm, please. Can you let go? This is uncomfortable. Ah, yes, of course. Just as she wanted to pull back, she noticed something on my arm, and suddenly, her gaze was completely fixated on it. Oh, that looks absolutely gorgeous. You don't see fine line tattoos this clean very often. Thank you. Do you think we'll ever find out what the tattoo is actually of? I mean, if not, I am now making the, executive decision that it's a Cthulhu ritual tattoo. Like, it's actually like all the line work, it's just the summoning ritual symbols, and then maybe like a baby Cthulhu right below it. I like the ideas of that. For a moment, her eyes seemed to light up a bit. Not that it was making me feel any better. How old is this tattoo? Her eyes met mine, and I could feel my stomach turn a bit. Trying not to panic, I gave her a quick answer. I mean, we should really go right now, but do we really want to antagonize the potential vampire? Also, you seem very fixated on my tattoo. Should I be concerned? Like, I feel if she had in fact stolen our arm to take our tattoo with her, we probably would have heard about the dismemberment by now, right? I mean, neither character has mentioned any injury we've currently got, so presumably we've got both our limbs. Unless she just peeled our skin off so she could take the tattoo with her. Then it would really matter how big this tattoo was. Like, was it like a full forearm sleeve? In which case she had to like basically just peel the entirety of our bottom arm. Maybe she just wants to wear as a glove. I'm probably going far too dark for this situation. You know, I feel a bit mean now. Maybe I'm just stereotyping you for staying in a dark alleyway. I'll be polite and actually answer your question. I'd say it's about 5 years or so. And it's still so clean. Very impressive. Thanks. I think so too. Her gaze had shifted again. It was back on my arm, which she was still holding. I have to say, I'm a bit sad that you're acting so distant. Well, I mean, we met in a dark, creepy alleyway. You're staring at me as if you want to, drink my blood. I don't know you. We should leave. Don't think that I haven't noticed the way you're keeping me at arm's length. But, well, I think we actually have a lot in common. So, what do you say about being friends? I could feel my heart missing a few beats at her proposal. Me? Being similar to that smiling, glassy-eyed weirdo. Feeling completely overwhelmed from whatever this woman was actually suggesting, I answered the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, well, it seems like sure was the first thing that came to our mind. At least it's the first in the options. You know what? Maybe I'm misjudging you. Maybe you're completely innocent. Sure, let's be friends. You do realize friends don't share skin, right? So if I agree to this, you can't steal my arm. I hadn't even registered what I agreed to as she took my hand into hers and gave me a cheery smile. Not that this mood stayed for long. As soon as she saw that one of my ugly brown stripe running through one of my nails, her face darkened. Hey, listen. I think you gotta know something. And after that, she started listing off a ton of skincare tips and told me to go visit a dermatologist before leaving. So I did exactly that. Oh, maybe our quality of skincare that we did to wasn't up to her standard. It had to do with the brown on our nail, right? And got diagnosed with skin cancer. Oh, damn! I didn't realize brownie nails was a sign of that. Huh. See, I clearly misjudged her. She's not here to steal my skin, she's here to save it. She's actually a very friendly potential vampire. How insane is that? She just looks at me with an exasperated expression. Dear, and what's the problem now? Well, do you think she's perhaps clairvoyant? No. Ending 3. Huh. I should probably go back and find her. Thank her for saving my skin. Probably, and I already agreed to be friends with her. That's probably why she did it. So 2 more endings. I'm guessing what if we're completely polite to her, and maybe what if we're just completely dismissive? We refuse to be her friends. That should be a different ending. What if she's gonna let me just keep my skin cancer? Okay, so she did actually help us, so let's just be nice this playthrough. I'm gonna ask if she was alright. You're alright? I hope I didn't hurt you. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. She let out a small giggle, but that only served to fuel my unease. That's good. But, yeah. If you'd excuse me, I need to go. Yes, of course. Okay, so by being friendly in every ending, we just end up with end 3 again, so I'm guessing I already got the nice one. So let's just leave, shall we? I really need to go. Oh, that's really too bad. Her gaze had shifted again. It was back on my arm, which she was still holding. You know, I don't think we can be friends. I don't really know you. Oh, come on. Don't be a stranger. You can consider me your friend. The place her hands had rested on was nearly numb now due to her coldness. That's why I didn't realize her nails digging into my skin until they drew blood. Maybe my earlier prediction was actually accurate. You're gonna peel my tattoo off, aren't you? A scream escaped my throat. I wanted to run, but her grip was freakishly strong. I couldn't get away. The pulsing pain was overwhelming. And then suddenly, I saw her standing there, with a piece of my skin in her hand. I think she noticed my panicked expression, because she told me with a sickeningly sweet smile, "Oh, don't worry about the gap. I'll fill that with one of my favorites. We're not swapping stickers here." Oh man, I like that Cthulhic tattoo, thank you very much. I mean, the good news is, by the sounds of it, it wasn't a full sleeve, so we didn't lose a lot of skin. I fell unconscious after that. When I woke up hours later in that alleyway, I was all alone with... She just nods. Her gaze bored into the place where my other hand rested, as if I was hiding it from her all-knowing gaze. I let out a defeated sigh as I pulled up my sweater and revealed a new patch of skin, seemingly hastily sewn on. The skin was a tad too light and a bit too soft, and the tattoo on it was completely different. Thick lines make up a simple yet aesthetic image on my skin, but it's nothing I would have ever wanted. I take another look at her. There was no sympathy or pity in her expression. She just looked so curious. I truly hoped that it was a good idea to come here. Ending 1. Well, I suppose she was at least nice enough to leave me a replacement skin patch. I wonder if this is just a cultural thing for the potential vampire, potential skin stealer, skinwalker. You just trade skin patches around, it's fine. Oh, so apparently if we pick all the leave me alone answers, it changes our options for the last one. You know what, forget it, we're not gonna be friends, you stole my skin! Leave me alone, you weirdo! It took all of my strength to shake her off, bringing some distance between us. Oh, that's rude. If you're like that, there's really no reason to hold back, huh? What? Suddenly she launched at me, gripping my arm with both her hands and holding it in place. She just bit me. Her teeth tore into my flesh as she began to rip off my skin. The last thing I remember was her wide grin as a patch of my skin hung from her mouth. After that, I fell unconscious. Something tells me we're not getting any replacement skin this time. I woke up days later in a hospital. Luckily, someone discovered me and called an ambulance. All I needed then was a skin transplant and some weeks of rest. But still, there. I can't shake off this uneasiness, knowing that woman is still out there. Thea just shakes her head. Sometimes, I wonder how you survive your own stupidity. It's the excessive use of horror movies, I think. Well, to be fair, I enter the knowingly dangerous situations, but apparently I'm now knowledgeable enough to avoid death. That's a silver lining, right? Ending 2. I like to think that's the last girl standing ending. It's the one where you've knowingly put yourself in a stupid situation, you've been rude about it to antagonize the big dark evil, and yet you somehow still survived. Oh man, I can't believe I lost my tattoo. I spent a whole 30 seconds thinking up that design. Well, if you enjoyed your time here, I'd really appreciate you to like this video and subscribe to his channel. Have a nice spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.